stories. Stories. Some are better than others. This one goes from good to bad to good to bad. I was young, and my friend had worked at a golf course, and anyway, we got the bright idea of going to the golf course one late night and getting a vehicle and just blazing around in it, and that's what we did. We were, I remember I was holding a bottle of Jack Daniels, and we were in a Cushman, and this was like a maintenance vehicle for the course, and it had a single wheel in front and a regular axle in the back with like a truck bed, and a guy in front could drive, and that's what my buddy was driving. Megadeth. My buddy's driving, and me and another guy are in the back, and we were having the time of our life, Nice smooth ride, blazing around. I think the moon was out, and we're drinking Jack Daniels and just having a great old time. And I guess it was probably 1 or 2 in the morning, And like all good things, they come to an end, and I don't know, I think my friend was trying to fishtail it or something, and it caught and flipped, right now, that thing rolled. And I remember my leg, I think it was my left one, I was 15 maybe. Yeah, I think I was about 15 years old. And anyway, when that thing rolled over, my knee went into the ground, and my ankle caught the bed of the vehicle. And I remember it broke my ankle. And I remember looking over at my friend, and the bed was like, you could tell where if my leg hadn't stopped that thing, it would have killed him probably. And it might have killed me, because I wasn't really looking where I was at in relation to that edge of that bed. Anyway, here's where it gets kind of weird. My friend, it crushed him down in the front of that thing, and smashed that big old steering wheel flat, and he weaseled his way out of it, and he got out there, and he grabbed that edge of that bed, and he lifted that thing off my leg, and me and my buddy just squirreled out from underneath it, and then it just boom, it was down on the ground flat. I went into the crew shack and started taking my boot off, and I remember I still had that cracked bottle now of JD in my hand, and the buzz was all gone, and him and the other guy, I think, were trying to hook a chain onto that thing and roll it back over or something, and they couldn't seem to get it up. And I took my boot off, like just in time to watch a piece of the bone get swallowed up by the swelling in my ankle, and it stopped bleeding, and it just fucking grew like a pumpkin. And at that age, I was still young, and I remember my buddy got me back home, and my mom took me to the base in Tucson, and I remember going into the emergency room and on base, and they could probably smell the whiskey on me. And what they did was, there wasn't a doctor or whatever they needed to do to set the leg, or maybe they weren't going to set it in a cast right away or whatever, but they basically put an ace bandage on me and shipped me home. And, no painkillers or none of that, because I'm sure I smelled like a whiskey barrel. And I remember being in pain all that night, and even the next day when we went back to the base. And but the good part of the story was we were living at 110%, and just maybe not legally, but we were enjoying life to the max. And the bad part, of course, was wrecking and getting hurt. But the good part was we all made it out relatively unscathed. And the bad part was I didn't learn from that, at that age. But, sometimes miracles happen and you don't even realize it. You just gotta keep your eyes open, I guess. Can't remember anything. Can't tell if this is true or a dream. See ya. Here's something cool. I dug these up in where my dad grew up. Could be from some of my dad's buggies.